Welcome everyone. Today we'll do a class on Bhagavad Gita because it's a very auspicious day. The day where Shri Krishna spoke this text to Arjuna in order to free him from illusion. So we will read a verse from Bhagavad Gita. Commentary. This is the verse 4:7. The Lord appears through his own volition when there is a decline in religion. By eternal religion, we know what we speak, what connects the soul to the Lord, which means devotional service. We call that a rebellious mic. We're all rebels, all of us. Because when the Lord comes in this world, it's with the spirit of to satisfy his devotees. Bhaktisiddhanta explains the first thing is his devotees suffer in this world. And the first thing is that the Lord comes to relieve the distress, because the first cause is love. Why does the Lord come? Why does he look? Why does he play? Because this is love. And we see, since his motivation is love, in this world, which is a world of reflection, everyone is looking for love. But this love, this lust, it destroys so many things. This love in this world is just suffering, but we call that love. Because finally, when we are attached to a person, if the person becomes attracted to someone else, we become envious, and from there we have a feeling we want to hurt the other person. We think this person does not understand us. We think the other is an agent of Maya who came to get out our object of love, and we become angry. This is the truth. Nobody can stop if he is attached to wish bad to someone who takes his object of attachment. And we see in this world, so many people killed the so-called people they loved. It is something which is happening everywhere in the world. Everyone is looking for love. So of course, when Krishna descends in this world, he explains that the love that a conditioned soul is looking for is not the true love. This is why when Arjuna asked this question to the Lord, how is it I am in this situation on a battlefield? In front of me, people I love, people I love so much. And Arjuna, he cries. He's an associate of the Lord, but he cries. His body is trembling, full of emotions. He drops his bow and he falls down on the floor. Arjuna can fight against an entire army, and you have insensitive people who joke about him, saying, "Look at this warrior, he cannot even fight." And Arjuna, he does not understand why he is in this situation. It's very pathetic. Sometimes a devotee of the Lord, he does not understand what is happening, because they have a nature that is Very simple, very simple. So, when they love the living beings, they do not understand why people act in a certain way. This is the reality. The proof is that Arjuna, on the battlefield, he could not understand. He did not understand. Not at all. To the point that he was ready to leave the battlefield and become a renunciant. And it was not Krishna's plan. So, when a devotee, he suffers, the Lord must do something for his devotee. And then he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. So, this Bhagavad Gita is the secret to detach from material feelings and to gradually attach to Krishna, ourselves to Krishna. But what does Krishna explain? This is the nature of this world, finally. All these connections in this world are temporary, and finally, they have no substance. But unfortunately, even if we're attracted to the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that we heard the words of the Supreme Lord, since we do not obtain easily Krishna, love for Krishna, it's not easy to support these sufferings in reality, that we must tolerate for this purification, because we're looking for something for ourselves. We are looking for satisfaction. We think the mercy of the Lord is when He gives us a nice bed, nice this, nice that, nice words, a beautiful man, a beautiful woman. We think this is the mercy. And when we act differently, few people can see the mercy. When He takes out everything, it's more difficult. And then we think that the Lord or his devotees, that they are bad people. Many people think this. They went to the Lord, but when Krishna sees the attachments of the devotee, he takes them out. And then this experience is experienced by people with few pious results from past lives, and they see it as something negative when Krishna takes away their attachments. It's normal because we all have a different spiritual advancement. Like in this room, we have different kinds of people. They live in the temple, they eat, no problem. The small problem is that sometimes they become angry or this or that. They have nothing to do. Everything is taken in charge. But in the outside, to live is very difficult. But those who live in the temple, there's nothing to do. You understand? But if these persons would have a difficult test, would they be able to succeed? I've seen many people in this temple, when they were starting to have tests in their life, they were thinking of leaving the temple. Okay, I'm not going to stay anymore. And these are not big tests. So, the test is always in proportion with our experience with Krishna. What certain can support, others, it will be like destroying them. Look, for example, I don't know, someone can support some pressure, and another will die with this pressure. Some people can live in the bottom of the ocean, but if we go, we won't be able to survive. There's too much pressure. So we can all tolerate or not a test according to our spiritual advancement. This is a reality. So, when we approach the Lord's teachings, it's very attractive because the experience that we did in this world is bitter. So at first, what's happening is we become really attracted by Krishna's words. We can feel even love for Krishna, etc. And gradually, because it's hard to purify ourselves, so we will develop again material desires. So we'll find a comfortable situation because we do not have patience. We do not have the patience. And it's from then that we delay our spiritual advancement because we accept a situation that is not at all comfortable for our spiritual advancement. Not at all, not at all. Because our goal is to detach ourselves. And the goal is to attach ourselves to Krishna, so we'll make a compromise. We'll make compromises because in this life we'll have to stop according to our spiritual advancement. It's a reality because we do not have this patience, this tolerance. It's not because we go towards Krishna that the environment will stop to hit us. This material world is made for this. It's only living entities who have a free will, and you utilize it wrong. So there's already us. We're full of faults, and the environment, everyone is full of faults. The environment is hostile. When this hostility stops, that's what we call peace. But there's always these different kinds of sufferings from living entities or illness or the weather that hits us all the time. So naturally, there's few people who can truly keep the direction in their life. Some stop and some make compromises with their spiritual master and some continue. It's really rare because we must really have a strong experience of Krishna to, if I can say like that, to tolerate everything, always thinking this is the mercy. It's difficult. Even Arjuna, he was not able to tolerate. He could not understand anything. It's really extraordinary. So we can say, of course, these are sweet pastimes of the Lord. But this happens, and it happens in every universe. You understand? Krishna passes from one universe to the other to speak the Bhagavad Gita, to allow for living beings to turn toward Him. So the point is, today is an extremely fortunate day. We should remember and invite the Lord to take out this illusion in us, because at every moment the illusion can hit us, can come. Of course, the Lord is helping us. For the weakest, instead of falling down, He fulfills their material desires. And they can continue by thinking the Lord is merciful, He loves me, but it's not sufficient. We must go into a category of persons who does not want anything from the Supreme Lord. They only want to give themselves to the Lord so that He is satisfied. And then Krishna, it's not material goods He will give, not a wife, a husband, a position, money. You understand? To be recognized. What He will give is Himself. But this is more difficult. And that's where we should not cheat ourselves. We have to follow the path to stay safe. There will be tests. There will be people who will want to make you fall down. A woman, a man. So many people will come with feelings in front of you. But you have to stay strong. Never. Never I will be cheated again. Never. We have to be determined. It's not a joke. Determined. And from that moment, when Krishna sees this determination, He will put this devotee to the test. When they will see that the devotee is proving him that he will stay, no matter what the tests are within that. That's when the Lord starts to trust. He thinks this person is worthy of my mercy. Do not think that Krishna does not observe you. each and every of your gestures, of your actions, of your words, of your thoughts. He is a witness to that. He remembers each of your words, each of your thoughts, because He is God. But us, we forget everything. Myself the first. Sometimes, 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't even thought I gave that to a person. And sometimes very important things. Never Krishna. He is infallible. He is achyuta. So the Lord observes. And the day when you're ready to accept everything for Him, He will come. He will come not simply once, but He will come all the time with you. Why? Because we all have this tendency to look for a friend. Krishna has the same tendency, because everything is coming from Him. What we have in us, it's because it's in Krishna. So when Krishna sees a friend that is able to tolerate everything for Him, everything, all the situations, poverty, criticizing, rejection, everything, then Krishna can reveal His heart to this person, but not before. Analyze your life. You cry for your condition? Or you cry because Krishna misses you? Or you miss Krishna? What is the substance of your lamentation? Is it pure? We must have this analyze. Am I lamenting to Krishna because I'm unhappy? Because I need Him for my comfort? Now I go deeper in subtlety. Do I want His happiness? It's not easy. How can we want Krishna's happiness if we did not meet Him, if we did not fall in love with Him, and that we're freed from all desires? Because we obtain the highest gain. Because when we obtain Krishna, we obtain everything, because everything is included in Him. So at the beginning, our devotion cannot be pure. It's not possible. We cannot be a brashbasi like this by clapping the hands. Give me the capacity. It's not possible. At the beginning, our devotion is mixed in the sense that we have an experience in this world that becomes bitter. We aspire for happiness, and because we're entering in contact with the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the devotees of the Lord, we understand that happiness is not possible in this world. So we project on the platform of devotion to escape, but it's not pure devotion. But because we go towards Krishna, and because Krishna is good, so gradually we progress. We start by purifying the heart, by liberating ourselves from all reactions of our past misdeeds, and one day we become freed from the three gunas, and we can truly meet Krishna. This is something that is gradual. And once we meet Krishna, what's happening? We fall in love with Krishna. And from there, we can really say that we exist for Him. We can make a small comparison. When we are in love with someone in this world, that person takes a big place in our heart. Everyone fell in love with someone one day. I remember when I was a kid, I must have maybe 11 years old, I fell in love with a young girl. She was called Johanna, if I remember correctly. And I remember when I came to my home, everywhere I was looking, I was seeing her. I was thinking only about her. I lost appetite, etc., etc. Although I was a big eater, and my parents told me he's in love. She said, "Wow, you are in love. You don't have appetite." But we don't do this to our mom. She sees the truth. So it takes a great place in our heart. It forbids us from sleeping, etc. But this is an insignificant being, that girl. And we cannot imagine what it could be to fall in love with Krishna. If an insignificant being can have such result, an unlimited being, what will be the result of falling in love? You understand? So when people in this world, they say that they have love of God, it's only a small reflection. The effulgence of Brahman. It's very small. They are proud of this, but it's very small. This pride will make them fall down one day. Because when they are proud, they feel superior to others. And this is not love of God. It's really rare love of God. It means Krishna, he likes to take shelter from us. We can feel directly his sweetness, his embraces, his words of distress, his perfume, his fragrance. This is love of God. We can be brought to this level of being conscious of Krishna's heart pains, his intimacy, his sadness. We become his friend. He loves us to the point that Krishna, and this, every devotee will feel this. The devotee thinks, without me, Krishna cannot live. This is the intensity of that love. Without me, Krishna cannot live. He cannot get out of this situation. The devotee is essential. Krishna feels like that for each and every one of his devotees. Because it's the nature of the Lord to be exclusive. There's an exclusivity that is infinite. It is an infinite exclusivity. So what Krishna brings back to you is something that is extraordinary. You have an extraordinary role because Krishna gives it to you. You have no choice. The meeting with Krishna brings us to a platform that is inconceivable. Krishna cannot live without us. That's it. That's what we call prema. This, the introduction to the spirit, the transcendental world. It's not ordinary. But before that, we must pass many tests. And unfortunately, there's not so many who are able to refuse, to reject all of Maya's tests. Maya comes with a platter, with exactly what you need. It's exactly with what you need. All the acharyas explain this. She comes exactly with what you need. The person, you have the impression, it's your double. You say, it's not possible. This person, when I see that person, I feel so good. She speaks to me and this and that. It's crazy. You think it's not possible. This is Maya. All the acharyas explain this. She comes in this way, she attracts you, and she takes you out of pure devotion. You cannot do anything if you're not abandoned. But with the one who is determined, he says, inside he has a laugh. He said, I saw you, I recognized you. This is how it works. Because the devotee receives the intelligence, but the one who has a mixed devotion, he cannot resist, because he will want to get out of his suffering. He will want to have material happiness.
Et aussi Krishna.
and also Krishna,
On ne peut pas obtenir Krishna.
but we cannot obtain Krishna like
Quand on
that.
parle comme ça,
When we speak like
d'un
this,
point de vue spirituel et matériel,
from a spiritual sense of view, this mixed devotion, it won't be possible to develop pure love in this world, in this life. It's not possible.
Mais
But
c'est mieux que quelqu'un
it's better than someone
au lieu d'arrêter la
who,
dévotion,
instead of stopping devotion,
continuer dans une dévotion.
can continue in a mixed devotion.
Au pire, la personne ira au
At least that person will go to the heavenly planets in his next life, but or Krishna will give him birth again in a situation where she will have better facility for devotion. The person comes back again with the same spiritual advancement, who stopped in a certain way, because when we find ourselves in a material situation that was comfortable, Prabhupada said there's no spiritual advancement. This is why he was severe with the Grihastas. He said zero advancement. That's what he said. Prabhupada, like Shivaram Maharaj said, the one who understands Prabhupada's teachings, he does not get married. This Prabhupada is very cutting, because he's an associate of the Lord. And he himself was married, had children. But what he got from that is, if we can avoid, that will be pretty good. It's not that he forbids from doing, but it's really difficult to advance when we are attached to the family. It's just like to plant a pole in the floor with a rope. You can move around with the rope, but you cannot go beyond. This is the attachment. For example, you attach to something, automatically it's difficult to progress. But for those who are weak and who cannot tolerate everything, then it's best they get married. Krishna will protect them. Of course, there are also people who can progress in marriage. It exists, but it's rare. It's rare to accept a partner to simply serve Krishna without sex life, without taking anything for ourselves. It's difficult, you understand? Even making children simply to attract a realized soul, it's rare. It's extremely rare. Like a perfect couple, because they're pure devotees. And why do they get married? Because this is the will of the Lord. But they're already pure devotees. You understand? Because automatically the Lord manifests to devotees and influences devotees in different ways. It's not that there's only pure devotees renunciant. We see renunciants who are completely attached to their position. You see, you know, the fact of not falling down sexually. We can also fall down by wanting position, because it's a subtle sex life recognition. Puja Lobha, Puja Pratishta. This is a subtle sex life. That means we do something to receive a fruit. So, the importance, if you want to progress, is to study well the Bhagavad Gita. Because if we study the Bhagavad Gita, we'll always be able to recenter again, center ourselves and progress in all situations. We can again have a proper path, because nothing stops us from acting just for the pleasure of Krishna. This is perfection. But we should not act because something is comfortable for us. You understand? Because the action that is brought from that will bring us material conditioning. You see, we can make spiritual advancement and we can be covered completely after that. And we can be covered all our life, thinking we're good in this world finally. That my situation is not desperate. We We think Krishna is merciful, but
que même le Seigneur,
we see that even the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
quand il est venu dans ce
when he came into this world,
il aurait pu être complètement satisfait dans
he could be completely satisfied in this world and to accomplish his leelas simply and leave again. What did he do at the end? He was crying. He was crying. He was crying in the feeling of separation. Of course, it's true that it's another chapter of his life, but we know, for example, that we can see in his life of Ramachandra, when he came as Ramachandra, he showed how family life could make us suffer. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself renounced his wife. He left. She had 14 years old. He left her. She was young. She was really young. Because in India they may get married very young. So why does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did he leave? It's to show us the example in reality. The Lord left to show the example, not to be attached to family life. He even explained that this was a well without a bottom. It was extremely difficult to get out of this. This is why the man and woman, they should be good friends. Our goal, it is to get out of this world, to attain perfection. We should help each other. It's really important. Because it's true we need feelings. It's true we need feel someone is close to us. It's true we need to maintain ourselves materially. Of course, sometimes you have people, they live in a couple. One is saying, oh, I can't do it anymore, but the other one is working, maintaining the family, so we have to be balanced in the sense that we are friends. If today I have this situation and it allows me to practice, it's because of someone also. You understand? So this friendship means naturally a gratitude, etc. So there's a sharing, like there's a sharing in community life. But we do it for Krishna's pleasure and not simply for the pleasure of a conditioned soul. We always serve Krishna. We will give, for example, affection to someone to please the Lord, to please Krishna, because otherwise this affection will condition us. We cannot simply put the guru in a corner. For example, some people have this mentality that the guru is only for inner life. The guru is only for inner life and the husband for external life. It's not like this. The husband, he takes care of my guru and my guru takes care of my soul. It's not like that. The principle is that we serve the spiritual master in all circumstances. Even when we speak, even when we eat. Otherwise, it's not bhakti. You understand? It's fruitive activity. It's material action. Because we're always connected to the representative of the Lord and the Lord. This is what must predominate in our life. If we put the guru and we think this is for my soul and the other is for my body, automatically it's completely absurd as a principle. We are falling down already. You understand? When we're born in a family life, we serve Guru and Krishna through the husband, the children, the house. But it's not that they're not there. They're on the first platform. They're always in between in our relationships. Because in this way, the relationship is spiritual. It's not material. It means we don't have illusion at the first level. But if Guru put him aside, automatically what will happen he will become like an enemy sometimes. At the moment where he will stop our gratification in some way. Oh, this was not in my plan. So there's no spiritual progress coming from that. Of course, if you say that to a materialistic person, he will say, wow, this is crazy, but this is our path. We do not force people to live differently, but we give a teaching to make people so that they cannot fall down into fruitive activity. Because we teach pure devotion. So we tell them, careful, if you don't do this, illusion will come. Instead of having Guru and Krishna in your heart, you will have a man, you will have a woman, you will be stuck in Maya. That's the proof that Maya served you a platter and you took it. When Guru and Krishna come in the heart, leave the heart, and it's finished. This is what the scriptures explain. You understand? Maya is very powerful. She comes she comes exactly with a platter that resembles like Guru and Krishna. It's something so subtle. I suffered so much. Now this is the reward. And then something else comes in your heart and illusion takes you. This is the risk. Many people are taken by this. After 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, some gurus, if they live with a woman, they are 60 years old, and they live their whole spiritual life for a young girl of 25 years old. Some renunciant at 50 years, 60 years, they live with a young girl, a young woman. Maya is very powerful, extremely powerful Maya. Instead of freeing themselves, they will just nourish an attachment for a man and a woman. They will take a body of a man and a woman again in the next life. It's very powerful. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam explained this all the time. It always comes back. Maya is so powerful that even if you read the Bhagavatam, we cannot do anything else but getting caught by this. We really need a special mercy. Krishna says that only the one who can resist the attraction between man and woman can conquer me. It's really rare. And it's not because it's rare that we must stop to and let go. No matter which situation we have, we can always rectify our choice or direction and reject the proposition of Maya. And even if we accept, at some point we'll have to reject it. Maybe we were too weak at the beginning, but this weakness must leave one day. We must be victorious. Mama Maya Duratya. Krishna says that energy is very difficult to transcend. But the one who falls down to me, the one who takes shelter of me, it's possible. We must recognize. It's important. There are symptoms. It's really important. Because when we give our heart to someone, we take the heart of that person. If their heart is not pure, we'll not be able to progress. It's really important. We do not give our heart to everybody, to anybody. It's very important. Our heart, the soul, it's us. It's like when you place money at the bank, you will place your money so that it fructifies, not in order to have a risk or you lose everything the next week. Or no, you're not sure, but you place your money. You must see where you placed your heart, because the result can be catastrophic. Of course, people are not conscious. Material energy is very powerful. I heard so many devotees who told me, even if I cut by Maya, even if I come in my next life. Many say this. This is the proof that Maya already took them, because already they were swallowed. This is the symptom of someone that was swallowed by Maya. He's ready to take birth again, even if Maya takes me again, because it's already done. And the one who has not fell down in the grips of Maya, he says, no, Krishna will protect me. I want to go to the end, until the end. And Krishna protects his devotee. When someone prays the Lord in a powerful way, even if he goes away from the path, Krishna is always there to protect him. He only shows him the illusion, but he does not make him fall down. We cannot play. It's not because we hear this. We will think, Krishna now, I will be able to get closer to woman, and Krishna will protect me, I will not be burned. This is for special people. You understand? They're not ordinary people. For example, Bilvamangal Thakur, he pierced his eyes when he became attracted to a woman, a married woman. But already, thus every time a disciple looks at a woman, he will pierce his eyes. Or a woman looks at a man, it's not sure she is going to do that. So Bilvamangal Thakur was not an ordinary person, he's a devotee of the Lord. So he found himself in a situation and he wanted to go to Vrindavan. What did Krishna do? He took him by the hand, brought him to Vrindavan. So, during the whole trip, he had incredible realizations. When he arrived in Vrindavan, Krishna left his hand and he left. So Bilvamangal Thakur said, in any case, even if you leave, I will make you prisoner of my heart, and never you'll be able to leave. But Krishna likes this, really. When we love him like this spontaneously, Krishna like this, he loves that is devotee, and prison him with feelings. This is Krishna's particularity. When Krishna, we tell him we love him. Krishna loves that. When we tell him we'll make him prisoner, Krishna loves that because this is the nature of God. But when we give our heart to someone who is conditioned by material energy, will never be able to know this. It's a choice. Krishna does not, he stops that. The spiritual master, they do not forbid us, but we have to, it's difficult to see people not go until the end. We aspire for something better, for living beings. We aspire for complete victory. Just like Arjuna, when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, why did he speak it? So that he could surpass and go until the end. Thank you very much.